Now we are going to see one more problem in unit 2, that is how the temperature is affects the bar when it is heated. When it is heated, that is the formula I have given: body force vector E A alpha delta T. E is the Young's modulus, A is the area, alpha is the coefficient of thermal expansion, delta T is the temperature difference, and minus 1, this is 1. This is the same thing, 1, and we have to now thermal stresses, and that is body force vector. I'll tell you how it is. See, this EA alpha delta T, what is that? Suppose you have a bar here and it is getting heated. It expands freely. As it expands freely, there is no obstructions for this bar to expand. There will be no stresses induced in this bar. Remember, until it expands freely, there will be no stresses at all. But if there is any obstruction comes in between that, when it is heated, it started moving, extends, and when it touches this wall or any other obstruction, here the stresses will develop due to this wall. That will be compressive stress will be developed here. So that compressive stress depends upon the thermal coefficient of expansion, and it is the bar's X modulus and the bar's area, and it is the temperature difference of that. It's directly, the stress is directly proportional to the Young's modulus, area, thermal coefficient of expansions, and delta T temperature difference. Suppose if now this is the body force, so body force is acting on here, that is why it is given EA alpha delta T, this value. When temperature, the body force is nothing but that is due to the temperature completely in the bar, and the completely in the, if suppose in this bar I am just having one more forces over here, and due to this forces also this bar getting deflected, that is getting elongated. So what will be the stress induced here? The stresses, that is sigma, will be the stress developed due to the temperature effects, and that stress developed due to the forces. Stress developed due to the forces. So the stress developed due to the force minus sigma developed due to the temperature. So that is why while calculating the stresses in this formula, I have written sigma is equal to stress developed due to the forces minus the temperature effects. That was the stress, how to calculate the stresses when the temperature effects comes in. And one more thing I'll tell you later that. Now we'll go into the problem. Remember that when there is a free expansion, there will be no stresses at all. And the stress is calculated according to the load and the temperature effects. The difference of load, stresses developed due to the load and the stresses developed due to the temperature. Now I'll go into the problem. The rod, actual load of 410 Newton is applied at 30 to the rod. The temperature is raised to 60 degrees, 30 and 60. So delta T will be 30 degrees Celsius. Assemble K, global state stiffness, global force vector, nodal displacement, stress in each material, reaction at each nodal point. We have to find it out. This is aluminium, this is steel, both the ends are fixed, and now itself you can calculate the displacement. So there are two elements are divided, and here node 1, node 2, node 3. Node 3 is there, so here U1 is 0, U2 is 0, U3 is 0 because both ends are fixed. So node 2, only you have to find the displacement U2 from this sphere. So U1 you know, U3 here, but the self height is there, the self height is there, so body force should be calculated. The body force, temperature effect is there, body force should be calculated. How will you calculate this? So first we will find out the first global stiffness matrix, then we will find the global matrix, then find the displacement, then find the stresses in each element, then find the reaction at each node. And the formulas will never differs. It is the same formula they are going to apply for this problem also. Only thing is that while calculating stresses, we have to be very careful. And this is the problem. And finite element node 1, this element I have taken, this element u2 is, this is the force that is being extended, force is given, it is given, so I applied this element equation, first finite element equation for the element 1 to find out the global stiffness matrix. This is the local stiffness matrix, you will be getting it. So now the problem I have said that, then now we have to go for this problem. I have applied every value here in the element. 1 and 2 nodes are there, so 1 and 2 I have written, so I got the local stiffness matrix for the element 1. For the element 2, the same thing, A2, E2. So because aluminum and steel, so the modulus of elasticity, area here differs, L2 even differs. So in the middle we are taking, so it is 300 again. If it is not in the middle, the length will vary. So here also the same equations you are getting. Assembling these two equations, element 1 and element 2, you are getting this equation. You got the global stiffness matrix. Now next we have to find it out. The global stiffness matrix we have find it. That is stiffness matrix on force vector. Force vector we know there rho AL, due to body force, that is gravitational. When there is no temperature effect, the gravitational force comes in if the self weight is given, if the self weight is not neglected. So this portion will be rho AL minus 1 this formula you take it out, then substitute that every equation. That's element 1 means force vector will be F1 F2, that completely A1 alpha 1 and everything. Alpha is the same for, take the alpha according to the material whether it is given. So according to that material, the coefficient of thermal expansion plays. Only it, according to the coefficient of thermal expansion, it expands. So whether it's a bronze or brass or aluminum or steel, it's completely differs according to the temperature. So according to the temperature, you choose this, and this is as given, and F1 and F2 has been written. For element 2, again the F2 A2 alpha 2. So this again apply the equations. This is like a force vector. I applied 2 element 1 ko element 2 ko body force vector we have find it out. So these two things has to be assembled. I have assembled these two forces for equations. I have completely assembled. Very sorry. This is the assembled temperature. This is the body force vector F2 F3. Then on assembling the equation, global force vector, so F1 F2 F3, the global force vector, you got this. See here, the node 2, at the node 2 in the middle of the bar, there is one force acting on that. In the figure you can see there is a force. So in this load we have to add that load to this at node 2. So, and I have plus 4 I have written. Fine answer plus 4. This node is given in the problem. At node 2 it is acting. So I am adding that in the node 2. So it is this 4 Newton force is acting rightward. If it is a rightward, you add it. If it is a leftward, this positive sign should be negative. So this 4 Newton is coming from the given problem. From the problem it is given, it is acting on the node 2. So I am adding that force with node 2. So then to find the displacements, I have already told you that U1 and U3 is 0. So this column and this column goes off. Only 13.5 remains and this value remains. So all the things gets cancelled. Only U2 is remained. So 13.5 U2 is equal to 3.403. U2 is equal to 0.22511. So now I have to find the stresses in the bar. The stresses in the element is due to the stress due to the forces and minus the thermal stresses. The stress due to this is a 4 kilonewton. That is the extension of the bar due to the force. That is element 1, that is U2 minus U1 by L1. E1. So minus that thermal stresses, you will give the stresses at the first element. So the second element, you got the stresses and you got the positive value, so it is tensile. So in that element 1 is extending. The element 1 is, that is extension, it is in tension. Next, we have to find out the sigma 2. What is that sigma 2? We have to find it out. We will find the sigma 2, that is sigma 2 for element 2. The element 2 is that nothing but node will be U3 and U2. Difference of this divided by L2 minus E2 alpha 2 alpha T. You just substitute this equation. You completely substitute this equation. You will be getting this. So you will be getting. So here it is a minus sign, indicates a compressive force. So the bar here extends completely and this portion, there is a wall, so here there acts a compressive force, that is why it is minus. So now we are going to apply R, K, U, F. So same thing, K matrix you know, you just F you know, U you know, U I have, then F you know, that F forces F. So adding, multiply this and this, I multiplied, and this, and after that substitute, and after that I am getting R1 and R2, R3. So now see here, clearly it mentions that R2 is 0. The reactions or the supports have the value. Reaction, then the support, you have to find out the support reaction. And this reaction force must be equivalent to the applied force. That is why for this, when I add these two, I am getting 4 into 10 to the power of 5, which is the applied force. So now you got it. Now this problem you have to concentrate on what? Body force, the thermal stresses, EA alpha delta T. That formula you have to take it out. While calculating stresses, the difference of the stresses due to load minus the thermal stresses. So that you have to look into that problem and see to that whether thermal coefficient of expansion differs if there is a different material. If there is a single material, there will be only one coefficient of thermal expansion. If there is two material, there will be a two coefficient of thermal expansion. And now this is simply I have written for body force vector. In calculating body force vector, after finding out the global body vector, force vector நீ கண்டுபிடிச்ச பிறகு add the force in the corresponding node with respect to the direction. அதாவது என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னா, இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு பார் இருக்குது, இதோட பாடி ஃபோர்ஸ் வெக்டர் கண்டுபிடிக்கிற, இது எலிமெண்ட் 1 வச்சுக்கோ, இது எலிமெண்ட் 2 வச்சுக்கோ, வச்சு அசம்பிள் பண்ணிடுறேன். அசம்பிள் பண்ணிவிட்டு இப்போ பாரு நோடு 2ல் ஒரு ஃபோர்ஸ் ஆக்ட் ஆகுது. இதை நீ ஆட் பண்ணுவியா மைனஸ் பண்ணுவியாங்கிறத நம்ம டிசைட் பண்ணணும். இது எப்படி டிசைட் பண்ணோன்னா, இங்கே பாரு இது ரைட் சைடில் இருக்குது இந்த ஃபோர்ஸு. இப்போ இது ரைட் சைடில் இருந்துச்சுன்னா ஆட் பண்ணு. இப்போ சப்போஸ் லோடு இந்த சைடில் ஆக்ட் பண்ணுது, லெஃப்ட் சைடில் இருந்துச்சுன்னா minus பண்ணு. So in body force vector we should be very careful in adding up or subtracting. According to the sign we have to do it. Thank you. I have written this. If it is a left, negative, minus it. If it is a right, positive, add it. Thank you.